My name is Kirk Clark. I'm a first-generation farmer here in Hockley County, Texas, around Levelland and Whiteface. I'm a first-generation farmer. Been farming on my own now for just a couple of years. I've been working on the family farm for the last 10 or 15 years. My father-in-law and his brother, we all three kind of do things together, work together on the farm. So farming in West Texas is pretty difficult. We live in a very arid region with low rainfall. Most of our crop is based on a little bit of rain and a lot of irrigation. Our soils are sandy. We typically try to use wheat or some other form of cover to hold them down to keep from losing it all in erosion. We use everything we have. Keeping things clean and neat and tidy is kind of difficult when you live in a dusty environment like what we live in West Texas. And the equipment that we use has to be able to operate in these tough environmental conditions. Margins are pretty thin in production agriculture right now. Creating any kind of efficiency that you can create by taking less time to do a task or utilizing less employees, less labor, is going to save you money on your bottom line. So efficiency is definitely the number one thing that we try to achieve on the farm. From Major, we purchased a 30-foot 10-row shredder. It's 10-row for us with 40-inch rows. So we use that shredder because it does a nice job keeping as much of that crop residue on top of the soil as you can, which really helps, especially in the no-till situation if you don't have a cover crop, tie that soil down. And that shredder being the size that it is sure helps with the efficiency part of that. Taking the 30-foot swath at a time is pretty good, especially in a shredder that doesn't drag the ground as much. It's not like a traditional batwing type mower. It really works well in terms of creating that efficiency that we were talking about. What really stood out to us about the Cyclone Shredder when we purchased it was the size. And along with that size, the ability for that to fold up and be transported easy down the road without hanging over into ditches sure is nice. And you're not having that wheel dragging the ground when you're transporting it down the road like you would with a batwing type shredder. One of the best things about the Cyclone Shredder is actually the job it does with the crop residue and leaving that evenly across the field and leaving as much of that residue on top as we can get without just putting it on a couple of rows like a traditional shredder might. We've had the Major shredder for 2 years now. Today it would be on about 6,000 acres and we haven't had to touch the blades yet. They still do a great job. In terms of efficiencies, it saves us definitely labor because it's doing the job of what 2 of our other shredders were doing, and those other shredders required a whole lot more maintenance. As no-till and minimal till and conservation till become methods that are more widely used across the United States, if that's you and you're trying to implement that on your farm, this is the piece of equipment that you need.